Hello and welcome back to the We Are City channel for the launch of Season 3 of our FC24 Manchester City career mode. Season 1 and 2 out of the way, finished and done. And in that time, we have won, one Champions League title, 2 Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup and 1 Carabao Cup, 1 Super Cup, perhaps, yeah, we won 1 Super Cup as well, 1 Community Shield, 7 trophies, 7 pretty much major trophies, 5 major ones really in that time. At the end of last season, the middle point of last season, we saw Pep Guardiola on a 1-year extension. The journey continues into Season 3. Pep Guardiola will be staying with us till 2026 at least. He might sign another extension, and the same goes for King Kevin De Bruyne. Club captain staying along Pep Guardiola to stay at the club for multiple seasons, hopefully more, but at least we know they're going to be around for Season 3. Maybe lots will change over Season 3. We've got big aims as always, big objectives as always, and we, as Manchester City, want to continue the journey of Pep Guardiola of winning every trophy possible, and this year, my big aim is the Premier League, is getting back to unfinished business in the Champions League. The Carabao Cup and the FA Cup all in the same season. Why not? We can do it. We can achieve it. We've got the squad to do it. And of course, we're looking to add to the squad. Let's get into the start of Season 3. One certain move for the summer transfer window seems to be Ceballos. After failing to impress manager Pep Guardiola since his move in January, a loan move is very much on the cards for Ceballos. So there is our first departure of the season. Ezequiel Ceballos didn't impress Guardiola. He goes on loan to the Bundesliga with RB Leipzig to the end of the season. Well, youth report on a player I really want to get involved this season is Dala. 29 Premier League 2 appearances, 18 goals and 13 assists. He's exploded rapidly over the past season in his development, and he has to be a Manchester City player because we're going to lose him. We're going to lose him if we do not use him. That is basically the way things have been put to us for our scouts. He is a really exciting wide man who's shown such quality. I'm going to have a look at his stats and his performances because he's been playing in the Under-21, Under-17s World Cup as well. Been performing there as well as Dala. And he is got to be 84 potential, one of the biggest and most high potential players in our team. And we've brought O'Reilly through last season, and Dala is the next superstar I do believe Pep Guardiola is going to bed in to this Manchester City first team. So you can see Dala stats there from the Under-17 World Cup. He's got goals there with an 8.2 rating, a goal against Brazil, and an 8.6 rating, another goal against Iran, and then a double in the 10-0 win, an 8.5 rating. The guy there, you can see 71 rated. He's going to develop well over this season, that's the idea. Great pace and decent dribbling, good weak foot, and decent skill moves. We get them to 5. We've got to develop his passing and shooting, and also his physical, I think, if he's going to make it Manchester City under Pep Guardiola's side. But I think over the next season, over this season, Season 3, he's going to get his chance eventually, not right at the start, but as soon as those cup games start coming, especially in the Carabao Cup, I'm going to get him in the first team. I'm going to get him playing for Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola is going to get him ready to be a first team player for the future Manchester City. He's so good, we've got to use his quality in this side. Well, Mateo Kovacic has submitted an official request to move away from Pep Guardiola's side. That was expected this season. Kovacic leaving the club. We're not exactly sure where he'll go. Apparently Italy is his preference. It's a shame because he's been a great player for us, but Kovacic does want out, and he will get his wish. There's Lindelof. He's joining Brentford for the second season in a row on loan to develop in the Premier League. And on to our defenders now. A player that we're looking to move on in Kyle Walker, a right back that is now 35 years of age. And you see he's decreasing in all his stats. In his pace, his shooting, his passing, his dribbling, his defending, his physical. Everything in Kyle Walker's situation is decreasing. 5-star weak foot, he's done well to develop that. And he's definitely developed as a footballer and as a technically gifted footballer over the past few years. But with Kyle Walker, we now need to look to replace him. Because at 35, he's looking to leave the club. We're looking to move him on. That is the plan. And we actually can replace Kyle Walker from in-house. That is the idea. Not spending big money on replacing Kyle Walker. City signed a right back for around £15 million a few years ago. He's developed on loan in Spain at Girona and at Brighton last season. It is Yan Couto. Yan Couto is the man. I mean, look at this. 89 pace, so he's quick like Walker. His physical is not the same on his 70, but we're working on that. 71 shooting, 79 passing, 83 dribbling, 74 defending. So he's certainly not as physical, not as good defensively as Kyle Walker. He's not a direct replacement in terms of the same sort of player, but he's one that we're certainly working on towards developing him into a top player for the future. And we're also looking at replacing Mateo Kovacic, who wants a move away from Manchester City. He's not happy. You can see he's only 30 years of age, Kovacic, or 29-30. And he's developed well in his time at Manchester City. But Kovacic wants out. Great dribbling stats, great passing stats. I thought he's been very good for us last season. He got 11 assists stats-wise, didn't he? So impressive from Mateo Kovacic. But Kovacic has decided, you know what? I want to move away from the club. I'm not playing as many games as he wants. He wants to be a vilified starter, you know, starting week in, week out, which just isn't going to be the case for Mateo Kovacic. Yes, he's 85 rated, but he's not a starting level player. When you see the numbers and the performances Eze's put it in, Kovacic isn't. I think the fact that Kovacic plays a bit like a part player, just like Jan Couto and Kyle Walker, we can look to replace him from within the club, and that man is Maximo Perrone. Spent last season on loan at Newcastle United, where he was a first choice player in a fourth position table team, so he's certainly level ready for Manchester City at that level. So Maximo Perrone, a player that we are going to promote this season to be in the first team. He's got 68 pace, 62 shooting, 66 physical. Those stats don't jump out to me. 73 passing, 79 dribbling, and 74 defending doesn't stand out to me either. There's nothing statistically that you look at Maximo Perrone and think he's a superstar. But he's certainly a superstar in the making. He's much quicker in the head than he is the feet, which is fine. I think he can develop in his time here at City now as a first team player. And I expect him to take over from Mateo Kovacic in his role pretty seamlessly, actually. Perrone is a good player. Big news on a potential outgoing. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal want to try and sign Nathan Ake on a permanent deal in the coming days. It's going to cost a lot of money to pry Ake away from us, especially to a rival like Arsenal. But Ake does want to move away from Manchester City. We are prepared to let Ake go. And he's Arsenal aside. If we can come to agreement with the clubs, then we will let Ake go. Big money is expected, though, if Arsenal were to get a signing from a potential title rival. So with Nathan Ake being linked with a move away from the club, Ake is a player we're looking to replace. 86 rated. He's a big quality player for us. 81 pace, wonderful defending, wonderful physical, good in the ball, good passer as well. But Ake wants out of Manchester City. He believes he's undervalued, really, in the sense that he wants to play more football. But the future of the club is Joško Vardiol. And Ake, being in his 30s now, it's time for him to go. I think that if we get a big offer for Nathan Ake, I'd be happy to accept it. And it then does put in a position where we're losing a homegrown player, which is a big thing about our 25-man squad and fulfilling those roles, but also bringing a player that we think is going to be, a player for the future take over from Nathan Ake. Now, we do have Callum Doyle, who has been out on loan, but I'm looking for a more quality player considering we had problems defending last season. And Mark Goihy is a player on the list. England international, 81 rated. You can see there, good defending, good dribbling, good physical, and good pace as well. Now, he's not as good on the ball as Nathan Ake, but he's got 4-star weak foot. He can play that left-hand side, and I think Mark Goihy could be maybe my number one pick for that position. We have a little bit of a lower rated player in 19-year-old Christian Mosquera. So with Christian Mosquera, we've got a player who's not quite the level of Mark Goihy, already 73 rated, 19 years of age. Centre-back, can play right-back, and you see there in his stats, he has very similar stats in terms of Mark Goihy. I think he's probably not as good on the ball as Mark Goihy. He's played quite a few games for Valencia, but he's not the level we want to replace Nathan Ake. If we were to bring in a player of his quality, then I would just bring Callum Doyle back. I think that is the idea anyway. I want a defender who's going to be the future of the club. Someone who's going to be someone who can play alongside Diaz or a backup to Diaz and Vardiol for the future. Take it from John Stones. And that player really fits the bill is Ousmane Diomande. We scouted him last season. He was brought to us, 78 rated, great physical, great defending, great dribbling as well. One bad side is his passing. He obviously is not much of a passer. He's more of someone like a Vardiol, likes to drive forward and not pass the ball. 73 pace stands out to me as well. We play high-risk football, so we need defenders who can play high-risk football. But the issue with him really is he's got a £70 million release clause, and I think that is what Sporting are looking for Ousmane Diomande, and that's too much from what I'm looking to spend. It looks like Mateo Kovacic could have found his move. He's close to a return to Italy and a return to Inter Milan in Serie A. A team he played for before Real Madrid, a team he impressed for. Kovacic back to Inter. The big news is, or the big question is, what is the transfer fee going to be like in this move for Kovacic? Well, there is Mateo Kovacic leaving the building, away from Manchester City to Inter Milan. 47.6 million. That's a massive deal for City. And it looks like the potential of losing Nathan Ake to Arsenal is a strong possibility this summer. Transfer insiders believe that Nathan Ake will get the move to Arsenal. Mikel Arteta will get his man, and Manchester City will lose their fantastic Flying Dutchman. And confirmation of Kyle Walker's move away from the club as well. He moves for 50 million to Turkey with Galatasaray. It was a great big send-off for Manchester City's Kyle Walker, who's won everything possible at Manchester City, has turned himself to a multiple-time world champion, a multiple-time European champion, domestic cup winner multiple times. What a successful season Kyle Walker's at Manchester City, and thank you from the club and fans for everything he did to the club, captaining the club many a time, and always giving everything on the pitch. But there's more breaking news than just Walker's departure from Manchester City, because apparently Jamal Musiala is set to leave Bayern Munich this summer after rejecting another contract. That is a massive potential target, possibly on the transfer market for Manchester City. Surely we can't resist a move for Musiala. One other player we're looking for in the transfer market, now that we know the news on Jamal Musiala, is a long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. You can see here, De Bruyne is only decreasing overall at 34 years of age now, but he's still a top quality player. His pace is going to go down, his physical is going to go down, and his defending is going to go down. But his shooting, his passing, and dribbling, I expect to stay at a high level, especially his passing. We can see, I mean, in his stats there, 91 passing, 87 shooting, 88 dribbling. He is a player that is so difficult to replace, Kevin De Bruyne. And it's going to take someone of real, and I mean real high quality to replace him. We've scouted a few players. I mean, Eze could do the job. Phil Foden could do the job. Lucas Paquetá could do the job, couldn't he? But with that news coming out from Bayern Munich that perhaps a Jamal Musiala could be leaving the club, I look at De Bruyne's stats here. I look at what De Bruyne offers at 34 years of age. I expect the captain to be at the club next season, or to the end of this season anyway. We're not exactly sure about next season with his contract, up, expiring at the end of the season. So it's like, where do we go with Kevin De Bruyne then? What decisions do we make? Well, Jamal Musiala seems to be the option to me. 20 years of age, can play attacking midfielder, can play in the wide area as well and central midfielder. I mean, those stats. 80 passing, 80 shooting, 89 pace and 94 dribbling. The dribbling really stands out to me, and so does the pace. He can work on his shooting to get to De Bruyne level. He can work on his passing, and he's only 20. And you think about a player at 20 years of age, how good he could get. Now, it's not going to be an easy deal to complete with Bayern Munich, and that is going to be a difficult one to complete. I think it's going to be a club record signing. But to replace Kevin De Bruyne with a player with a quality of Jamal Musiala, to learn from De Bruyne for a season and then bring him in, that sounds like a perfect deal to me. Yes, a club record signing, but might be money well spent. We said Arsenal would have to pay the big bucks. Arsenal and the club have agreed a 60 million plus deal with Cheeky Stein to sign Nathan Ake from Manchester City. So losing an absolutely fantastic player, but for big money, and plenty of money to replace him with a much younger option on our transfer target list. And there we go, it's Nathan Ake away from City. 65.5 million move to Arsenal. It looks like Nathan Ake's replacement has been decided by Manchester City. Personal terms agreed with Crystal Palace's Mark Guehi. The relegated defender in Crystal Palace's side has a £30 million relegation clause, and Manchester City are more than ready to activate the homegrown player as their Nathan Ake replacement for the long term. And there is Taylor Howard-Bellis to Aston Villa, £16.5 million. Good move for him. Well, Callum Doyle's going to get another Premier League loan under his belt, this time hopefully to a side where he gets more games in at Newcastle, but this is set to be his final development loan this season. Either Doyle impresses out on loan again and we have to put him in the first team next season, or we will lose out on the player. I really want him to be a Manchester City star for the future. Well, the news has come out about Mike Guehi, and now it is confirmed. Manchester City have agreed a £30 million deal with Mark Guehi. Newcastle United also agreed to pay Mark Guehi's transfer fee, Mark Guehi's release fee, his relegation release fee of 30 million, which is very interesting that Newcastle decided to pay it as well. But Mark Guehi, who better to join than the champions? So welcome to Manchester City, a homegrown centre-back, a player who's really developed, came through Chelsea's youth system, spent some time at Swansea, went to Crystal Palace. He's an England international, and he's a player that I think has got a spectacularly good potential. Good in the ball, good in the air, solid, level-headed, intelligent, pacey. I think he's everything that Pep Guardiola and we want in defender for the future, even after Pep Guardiola. Mark Guehi won't wear the number 18 shirt. I'm thinking of giving the number 6 like he has at Crystal Palace, replacing Nathan Ake. So Mark Guehi for Manchester City, £30 million. That is a wonderful deal for a wonderful centre-back. And Mark Guehi is going to be a key player for Manchester City for a long time. For the future of this club, certainly. Only 24 years of age, a defender, that means he's got, 10 years of football at least under his belt. You think about Thiago Silva at Chelsea playing for 10 years. Mark Guehi, I think, will be playing for Manchester City for the continual rest of this career mode. He's not going anywhere, and no matter if we do 4 seasons, 5 seasons, 3 seasons, 10 seasons, 15 seasons, Mark Guehi will be at Manchester City. That is without a doubt. And there you can see, ball-playing defender. We're going to develop him and his ability on the ball, make him even better, and make him the perfect Pep Guardiola centre-back, moulding him and his talent over the next few seasons. Well, James McAtee perhaps stuck in what you could call development loan limbo, similar to Callum Doyle. However, Doyle's impressed while on loan, and McAtee hasn't. And Pep Guardiola's got big ideas for James McAtee, big plans for him in the future, but he's got to impress while on loan in a strong league, in a strong division. Well, Callum Doyle's left the club to join Bournemouth for 12-month loan. First team football in the Premier League again. Well, this could be the biggest transfer news of the full summer transfer window, and it involves us, Manchester City. Man City and Bayern Munich are in talks for Musiala, the contract rebel, in a deal for 100+ million, which would be, of course, a club record signing for Manchester City if this deal was to go through. And James McAtee, last chance to impress, away at Fulham on a 12-month loan. Well, there you have it, the biggest transfer news of the summer so far. David Ornstein exclusive that Man City have agreed a £125 million deal for Bayern Munich's sensational midfielder Musiala pending medical test, in what will see Stefan Ortega move as Bayern Munich's new number one for 25 million in the other direction. Musiala to Manchester City looks a real possibility. It's going to happen. The biggest deal in Manchester City's history. Our club record signing. That deal looks like it's going to be completed. Ortega going the other way. Unbelievable news for Manchester City in Season 3. There it is, deal agreed for Yamal Musiala, 245,000 per week, 100 million plus Stefan Ortega going the other way, so 125 million. That is what we agreed. And there is Manchester City's club record signing. Spectacular to see Yamal Musiala arriving at the Etihad Stadium. Plenty of City fans have arrived at the stadium here to celebrate the signing of City's biggest ever signing. 20 years of age. 21, thereabouts, just turned 21 I think. Pep Guardiola has got the player he requested most to replace Kevin De Bruyne. No one better than Yamal Musiala. Such a spectacular talent. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. And the things he could achieve at City. He's going to wear the number 42 in homage to, of course, the number he's run at Bayern Munich, but as well as City's one of City's most successful ever midfielders in Yaya Toure. There is Yamal Musiala, Manchester City's new number 42. I can't wait. You can see there, Musiala, 100 million plus Stefan Ortega, 125 million total. What a signing. Price rating wise, you've got a B for that one. It could have even been an A, really. I think that's a great deal. And even though he's only got 1 year left on his contract, 89, 90 rated attacking central midfield. I don't know why his rating keeps going up and down. Says he's a good squad player. Excuse me. You know, Musiala's a starter. He's got the quality to be a starter. I mean, he's younger than Phil Foden. He is younger than Phil Foden. That shows how good he is. There he is in the sky blue again. Yamal Musiala, Manchester City player. For the future of Kevin De Bruyne. Club record signing. We've smashed it by 25 million. And I can't wait to see how he performs in this Manchester City side. And then we can see Musiala, they're going to train him as, I think, a attacking midfielder. Or an advanced playmaker. Get his passing up. That's the one thing. He needs to be more creative. Much more creative. Vision's decent. Crossing's not great at all. We really want to make him a better player in the final third, picking that killer pass. Joining that £125 million deal, Stefan Ortega completes a move to Bayern Munich as the new number one, the new man to complete from Manuel Neuer. And what a season he has had, and what a career he's had towards the end of his career, Stefan Ortega. Congratulations to him, and thank you for everything that he achieved at Manchester City, being the incredible man to be our squad depth, the man to push Edison to make him better, and everything he has achieved has been absolutely unbelievable. So congratulations to Stefan Ortega and a big move to Germany's biggest club. And also, thank you for everything he did achieve. And Manchester City have identified a move for a new sign straight away. It looks like City will make a move for Lorient's Andrew as a second choice goalkeeper. The Brazilian is seen as a potential successor to Edison in the future, and someone who can develop as a backup to Edison right now, push Edison continually to be the number one. And a move for that man from Lorient, Andrew, City have been tracking for a long time, looks very likely, and he looks like the goalkeeper to be number 2 at Manchester City. Well, in the pre-season tournament, we've put 3 games. The first one against the Safe, where we came away with a 3-2 win. Goals, a double from Savio. Sadly, an injury for Oscar Bob there. Josh Gvardiol also on the score sheet. And ratings-wise, Savio at 10.0. Maybe he's going to find his level this year now, Savio. Into the second pre-season game, City came away with a 3-0 win. Alvarez with a double. And Phil Foden also on the score sheet. Manchester City impressing once again in pre-season. Alvarez did well, a 10.0 rating for him there. Phil Foden also got 8.6. And going to the final pre-season game, City didn't perform so well. We lost 1-0 to an 80-minute goal by Moi Gomez against Osasuna. And you can see there, ratings-wise, that's a poor performance the last game of pre-season. City just couldn't find their way for whatever reason in that particular game. And now a shock signing just after pre-season. One that City is expected to make with Stefan Ortega leaving the club. It is a new goalkeeper for Manchester City. It's a player we've tracked for a very long time. We scouted him for quite a few seasons in career mode here. He played for Vasco da Gama, I think it was, or Gil Vicente, of course, in Portugal. Impressed there, the Brazilian goalkeeper. And Manchester City saw him develop then in European football at Lorient in the French league, and we looked at him and thought, you know what, this man Andrew looks like he could be a potential Edison successor. He's going to come in and push Edison this season. 21 million signing from Lorient. He will wear the number 12 shirt at Manchester City. Will obviously develop him as a goalkeeper here because he's kicking. He's already in a fantastic situation. But bringing in a young goalkeeper with so much talent for the future, I'm very excited about the signing of Andrew. And there is Stefan Ortega just before he completes his move to Bayern. We can see his stats, we can see his quality, great reflexes, wonderful kicking, position and diving. 30 years of age. He will be moved to Bayern Munich as the new number 1 for them because they've got no Neuer anymore. He's retired. So congratulations to Ortega, who's made an unbelievable step up in the latter stage of his career. From Arminia Bielefeld, relegated to the Bundesliga, to Manchester City, a treble winner, to then another 2-time treble winner actually with City, moving to Bayern Munich as the number 1 to take over from Manuel Neuer. Perhaps will become Germany's number 1. Maybe overtake ter Stegen with the players that he's playing, the quality he's playing at. And you can only thank Ortega for all the services he's done for the club. He actually made Ederson a better player. Without a doubt, Stefan Ortega made Ederson a better player. And you can see there the stats of new sign Andrew. 79 diving, 75 handling, 84 kicking, 80 reflexes, 76 speed and 78 positioning. Only 1-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot, 60... For 6'2", I couldn't even get that out there. We're working on his defensive work rate, but he's certainly one for the future. Certainly one that is going to make all the difference, I think, pushing Ederson and maybe to overtake Ederson in the coming years at Manchester City. So FA Cup winners versus the Premier League winners is not the case, but it is second place Liverpool that's been picked to face us in the FA Community Shield. You can see here with pre-season over, it's time to get down to business. Last term's top teams, City and Liverpool, are battling to face each other in the first trophy of the season. It is just a glorified pre-season game. We lost to Manchester United last time out, and we're hoping we can beat Liverpool this time and start off season 3 successfully. Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool have made a few signs. They start with Alisson Becker in goal. It's Alexander-Arnold, captain Van Dijk, Matip and Zinchenko, the back 4. Endo, Thiago and Gravenberch in the midfield 3, with Cody Gakpo, Mo Salah and Luis Diaz the front 3. On the bench, Kelleher, Tomiskas, Grifo, Artiz Elizondo it is, Nico Gonzalez, Raspadori has been signed from Napoli, and Dominic Szoboszlai on that bench as well for them. We know the way they play. Key attacking players, Arnold and Gakpo. Key defensive players, Arnold as well. And I would say Van Dijk's more of a key defensive player on the Liverpool side. I can't believe, though, Thiago is still at Liverpool and still starting for this Jurgen Klopp side. Where's Alexis McAllister? We've got a lot of tired legs from pre-season for whatever reason, so we have had to shake up the squad going into this game against Liverpool. New goalkeeper Andrew starts in goal, makes his debut. The Kanji and Diaz in the back 2 with Stones, Rodri, Lewis in the midfield 3. In front is captain Kevin De Bruyne with Foden on the right, Jeremy Doku on the left, and it's Erling Haaland with Eze in behind him up top. Liam Delap, Jack Grealish, Mateus Nunes, Maximo Piron, Josh Wilson, Esbrand a surprise inclusion, as well as Jadon Kantongo on the bench alongside Ederson. City versus Liverpool, strong side. Hopefully Diaz can have a better start to the season here than the way he finished last season. And pressure's on the new man Andrew, new signing in there, the others not included. So here at Wembley Stadium for the Community Shield, City and Liverpool, the two sides that battled and battled last season for that Premier League title. In the end, Manchester City came out on top again for their 5th title in a row. Phil Foden's back in the starting 11 after a lot of injuries last season. City have had a really good season last year despite in Europe. Liverpool, you know, so unlucky really not to win the Premier League. City versus Liverpool, this is a glorified friendly, but I still want to show a better performance than last year like we did against Manchester United. So Manchester City versus Liverpool in the Community Shield here. City kick off the new season with only one new sign in the side here. No Yamal Musiala, or no Mark Guehi either. Nice little ball into Rico Lewis. Good play by him. Rico, Doku. Poor by City. So poor by City. Gakpo on the turn here. Thiago. Stones across. Little back into Mo Salah. Against Rico Lewis. His pass. Rico Lewis! Big save from Andrew. And a free header for Liverpool that they put wide. But a good save from young Brazilian Andrew. Signed from Lorient. And already shown his quality, the Brazilian. Andrew into Haaland. Good play by the goalkeeper. Haaland onto Doku. Will be turned by Jeremy Doku. He's away from the opposition. Doku. Haaland. Haaland in towards De Bruyne. Comes back to Haaland, who hits it anyway. 1-0 City lead in the Community Shield final. And a goal from Erling Haaland gives us the lead. Well, Haaland wants to go in towards De Bruyne there. It deflects, and as he spins, he finds it right back in front of his boot. Haaland says, you know what? I'll hit this one. Through the legs of Matip. It's a nutmeg. It's wonderful skill. Did he mean that? Little nutmeg on Matip, and then he puts it in the back of the net, Erling Haaland. 1-0 City lead. Jurgen Klopp's not happy. We don't tend to do well in this competition at the start of the season. We don't tend to do well against Liverpool. But at the moment, we're leading. We're leading against Liverpool, so we can be a little bit calm. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0. Rodri, well played. City play out of trouble there. Here's John Stones. Foden drops deep. Stones will switch a play towards Jeremy Doku. In towards Rico Lewis. Rico. In behind to Doku here. Trent's got to get back. Doku. Doku pulls it back. Kevin De Bruyne with a header. Oh, and a save by Alisson. Into Doku. Around the corner to Eze. Liverpool unlocked again here. Eze. Into Haaland. Little back heel through to De Bruyne. It's Kevin De Bruyne. It's 2-0 City in the Community Shield final. Great play from City here again today. Great play. Well, Season 3 could be about to start with a bang, because we've put in a top performance here against Liverpool. Lovely play. Eze into Haaland, across to De Bruyne. So much space for Kevin De Bruyne. Into that top corner. 2-0 Manchester City. De Bruyne and Haaland on the score sheet. City lead by 2-0. Rico Lewis. Doku. De Bruyne. Doku. In behind to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne across. Eze at the far post, just over the head of Eze. Falls back out to Phil Foden. Rico Lewis on the volley. And Rico Lewis, that's not really his quality, is it? And he hits it over the bar. Andrew out to Doku. Lovely ball by the Brazilian. I tell you what, distribution-wise, Andrew is showing he's going to give Edison a run for his money. Half-time, City lead by 2-0 in the Community Shield final. Crosses De Bruyne. A lovely challenge by De Bruyne. Foden into Eze. City could counter. Here's Eze. Eze. Wide to Phil Foden. He'll get away from Joel Matip. Phil Foden. Heavy touch by Foden. Back to Haaland. Onto Eze. City may have lost it here. Foden. Foden keeps it. De Bruyne. And behind to Doku. Doku. Into Rico Lewis, and well done Trent Alexander-Arnold there. Wonderful play, the Hungarian. He's going to come on and try and make an impact for Liverpool. Off the bench, Gakpo pulls it back here to Luis Diaz. Lovely touch. Luis Diaz! He beats Andrew. And there we have Liverpool pull one back. Soboslai on the field, and Liverpool pull one back straight away. Good play. I mean, John Stones, Akanji, not the best defending. Andrew beating it. He's near post, but hit with power by the Colombian. Jeremy Doku into Rico Lewis. Lost it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Salah on. Luis Diaz. Ruben Diaz in there. Mo Salah pulled it back for Liverpool. Gravenberch from range. And Andrew saw it late and just tipped it wide of the post. We're going to make some changes here. Jeremy Doku's going to come off for Jack Grealish here. We haven't really got some amazing change. Maximo Perrone is an option. Against Foden. He's past Foden. Crossing. Penalty. Oh my God. I pressed the button to clear the ball away, to send it long, and John Stone slides in. Oh, I've tried to clear that. Mo Salah against Andrew. Andrew can't save it. Top bins by Salah 2-all. Liverpool pull one back. That's so frustrating. I aim top. I wanted Stones to clear that away. Rodri. De Bruyne. Foden. Back into De Bruyne. In behind to Haaland. Across to Matthias Nunes for a tap-in. City take the lead. And it's Matthias Nunes off the bench with a goal to give City a 3-2 lead. And the Portuguese midfielder signed 2 seasons ago now for around 50 million from Wolves. What a ball by De Bruyne in behind to Haaland. Across the box. Ahead of Van Dijk is Matthias Nunes. And City score. And City take the lead. Celebration to Pep Guardiola. City now will look to make more changes. We're going to bring on Maximo Perrone for Rico Lewis in that role there. And Liam Delap is going to get an opportunity. No, in case they score again. Foden's tired. We need to bring a winger on. We don't have any wingers on the bench, do we? Delap comes on. We're going to push Matthias Nunes out there. De Bruyne back in there. And Liam Delap is going to play up top with Erling Haaland here. De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. Into Haaland. Away by Liverpool. That's going to be the full-time whistle, though, is it, referee? That is the full-time whistle. Season 3 sets off differently to Season 1 and 2 because they've gone and won the Community Shield. Both of the times we lost that fixture. This time we win it. An 85th minute winner from Matthias Nunes, who came off the bench to score. Got a nice big squad. Trying to cut down the squad where we can, when we can. And Kevin De Bruyne is going to lift his first trophy this season. They're the City players. So a debut for Andrew, actually. Not a first competitive debut. 2 goals conceded, but he played a crucial role. Manchester City, trophy in hand for Kevin De Bruyne. Manchester City are Community Shield winners. Come on. Good start to Series 3. Really good start. And hopefully things only get better from here on out. And hopefully this season we can win every trophy we're in for anything. Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. Why not? We've got the quality to do it. We end the episode looking through our objectives that are the same as last season. One key objective I just want to pick out for you guys, and one of the reasons why we had to lose Stefan Ortega, is every player in the 25-man squad must make a minimum of 14 appearances during the season. If not, the player must be sold in the summer, excluding injuries, under 21 and third choice goalkeeper for obviously Scott Carson, anyone under 21, and obviously Phil Foden got injured, but Foden still got 17 appearances. Stefan Ortega only made 13 appearances throughout last season. That is why he had to be included in that deal for Musiala to Bayern Munich. But it's nice that we've brought in Andrew, and we've got a new keeper. Just kept things fresh. Goy's a really good sign as well. I'm excited with that one. And Musiala. So all the signs are in there, and they are the signings that I expect to make, really. There's still obviously chances of players leaving the club, and in the next episode we will go through till the end of the transfer window, play the first 3 games of the season as well. Despite also, we've also already had success there, haven't we, with the Community Shield. But we'll play through all the start of the games of the season. We'll go through the full squad and everything like we always do, our full 25-man squad. All the spending and all these objectives. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video if you're not already. Please subscribe if you are new. And we'll see you guys next time.